Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dave here with Go Gamers, and today we got this PS5 that's having a issue where it would turn on and turn right back off, otherwise known as the blue light of death, where it beeps on and beeps back off. So in this video, we're going to go through, we're going to attempt to try to get this fixed and see exactly what's going on. So let's go over to our repair bench and see what's going on with this PS5. All right, so here's our PS5. This is a PS5 Fat model digital edition console. Now, it really doesn't matter which PS5 you have because this issue will happen on the disc edition, the digital edition, or if you have the PS5 Slims, which is the newer model PS5s. So with these PS5s, if it has an issue, it will turn on and turn back off. Now, this could be due to an array of issues. And a lot of people, they'll call me all the time saying, hey, I want you to fix this issue. And they want me to be able to tell them exactly what's going on. I can't tell you exactly what's going on until I get my hands on it and I properly diagnose to see what's going on with it. Now, how I do that is I use what's known as a UART tool. It's right here. It's hooked up. I had it plugged into my computer. And I will disconnect the UART tool. So right here, I plug my cables into the UART. And with these cables right here, I got them soldered down and it reads the error codes. I've explained this in one of my previous videos on how to be able to properly diagnosis. Now, this is the quickest way to do it besides getting down to the motherboard and having to test everything, which is another strategy, busting out the multimeter and doing that. And I'm going to show you guys what we got because we do have some conclusive results. All right, so here we are right here. Here is our error codes. When I ran it, this is the error code that we're pulling up. So as you can see, today we're having, and this error code has been going on, looks like for quite a bit of time now, and it all leads back to bank 4 of the RAM chip. So we're having RAM issues, and we can see this is the most recent. Today is October 18th. So we can even scroll down and see that we have some other low error codes, but the severe one that's causing all of this hell is bank 4 of the RAM chip. Now, I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. Now, this tool that I use is console service tool. You can just go to Google if you want to download this and use this tool. Now, when I scroll down, it shows me exactly where bank 4 is at. So it lines it up. Here's your USB ports right here. Here's your Bluetooth Wi-Fi module. Bank 4 is going to be this RAM chip right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove this. We're going to get this down to the motherboard, and we are going to get that RAM chip removed and try to get that replaced with the same model. I want to let you guys know, when it comes to replacing these RAM chips, you want to make sure you use the same exact model, because if you don't, then it won't work. So let's get this down to the motherboard and get started. We have our motherboard out. Here is bank 4. Our 2 USBs right here. So it's easy. 1, 2, 3. Bank 4 as it described in the diagram. And what I'm going to have to do is lift this off the board. So I'm going to use my heat wand. I'm going to set my heat wand at 500. I'm going to set my speed at 4.5. I'm going to use some flux. I have Amtech flux that I use. Everything that I use in my videos are down below in the description. I'm going to apply it around there, and we're going to lift this off. And then I'm going to find another motherboard to make sure that I actually have this RAM chip, which I do. I should. I mean, I have like 10 PS5 motherboards, so I better have it. Now, let's go ahead and get this removed really quick. Alright guys, so I am applying the Amtech 559 flux around the RAM chip. I have my vac pump going. Now I use this to extract the chip. I have my heat wand right here. It's a 2R heat wand. I'm going to give it a little bit to heat up and come right back. All right, the 2R heat wand is going. I got it at 500, 4.5 speed. I have my fume extraction set up. And I have my vac pump going. All right, guys, so we have the RAM chip lifted off. And now what I'm going to do is take my Hakko solder iron. We're going to go around and we are going to remove all that excess solder. So let's get that done. All right, guys, so I'm applying some Amtech flux around it. I am going to take some solder and I'm going to apply some leaded solder. This is low melt solder. And what this is going to do, this is going to lower the melting temperature of the solder so we can be able to properly get all the solder lifted off this board. All right, now we're going to take our desolder wick, our solder iron, and we're going to go around and remove all that solder. All right, guys, so I have all that solder cleaned up. I'm going to clean it up with my toothbrush, and we're going to go in with the microscope to see what we can see close up. All right, so I took my toothbrush with 99% IPA, cleaned everything up. Let's go in for a microscope, check it all out. All right, guys, so we have our replacement RAM chip and our BGA reball jig. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place some Amtech flux in here, and I am going to do exactly what we did when we was on the motherboard. I am going to apply some low melt solder, and we are going to desolder everything and then use our desolder wick to clean up the rest of the mess. So let's get that done. All right, guys, so we have the RAM chip done. We have tiny bit of situations going on over here, but it's not a big deal. Should still work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a tiny bead right there. I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to go across with just my finger with that tiny bead that will cover this whole chip. All right, so now I'm going to take my stencil top, which I've already had aligned, and I'm just going to place it like so. We have the stencil on there. Now I'm going to use 40 millimeter high quality solder balls. This is leaded solder balls. And now I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to shake them into place. All right, so I did a whole bunch of shaking up. Now let's go through and get these last couple slots filled up. We have one more. Let's get that solder ball placed in there. There it is. So we have all our solder balls placed in there. Now what we're going to do is slowly lift off this stencil. And there we have it. Now I have every single solder ball placed on there. And now I'm going to bring over my heat plate and we're going to get all of these solder balls soldered into place so we can get it put on our motherboard. All right, guys, so as you saw, we put it on a heat plate. I had my heat plate set at 265. We got all the solder balls on there. We got it cleaned up with 99% IPA and my toothbrush. Now we're going to move this over to my BGA reball machine, get it soldered onto the customer's motherboard real quick, and that should be it. So let's get that done. All right, guys. So you guys saw what I did to the motherboard. There was I applied a little bit of Amtech flux onto the board, just a bead of it, and I spread it around with my finger. I put the RAM chip on my reball machine, and we aligned it. That's what we did to make sure the solder balls line up with the motherboard. And now what it's going to do is it's going to flow the RAM chip onto the motherboard, and after it's flown onto the motherboard, I'll come back to you guys with the motherboard partially put back together so we can properly test it up and make sure everything is good. So let's go ahead and finish up this process and get this done. All right, guys, so we are back. This is the next day. I got everything put back together. Got the console cleaned up as good as I could, but I put it all back together, and now it should work. So let's go over to our upper cam. Let's get this tested out. Let's power this on. It's blinking blue. So that is a good sign. It is now actually staying on. Let's go over to our screen. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now everything is good with this one. This is the RAM replacement, and everything is working perfectly fine on this one. All right, guys, so that is it for today's video. If this video did help you guys out, please make sure you're going ahead and leave a like. Also, subscribe if you are brand new. If you want a repair done like this or something similar, definitely go ahead and reach out to us. Go to gogamers.com/repair. Fill out that repair form. At the end of it, it'll give you the instructions on how to be able to ship it to me so I can be able to get it repaired for you. All my repairs, I get them done as quick as possible at a reasonable cost. So, yeah, that's about it. But besides that, I hope to see you guys on the flip side. See ya.